Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7. Stay tuned at the end, a little bit of an announcement with regards to the channel towards the end of the video, but I can only start from one place. Just got out to St James's Park where Newcastle United have won 5-1. Now, on the face of it, you'd think it would have been a bit of a stroll, a bit of an easy day, a bit of a walk in the park. But things were not all rosy in the garden. Of course they weren't. Newcastle United, we only do it the difficult fucking way. Literally, if there is a difficult way to do something, Newcastle United find it. And oh my word, that game, no word of a lie, it could have been Newcastle United 8, Sheffield United 5. If they had a strike, if they had somebody capable of sticking the ball in the net, it could have been a very, very, very different outcome. But I just want to start this video as well by paying respect to the Sheffield United fans. We know what it is like to go down. We know what it is like to taste relegation. It's not nice. And I will give them credit because, look, Tottenham supporters recently, Man United, so on and so forth. You know, the team's behind, the team's losing, the team's getting a drubbing, the fans disappear. They go out to St James's Park, they get on the way, they get back on the bus, they get back on the cars, and they are heading home in the second half. But the Sheffield United supporters stayed with their team, applauded the team. The writing has been on the wall since probably when they sold the best two players before the season even kicked off. So credit to them for staying with it. They will go down, and no doubt they will be one of the major contenders in the championship next season. No doubt about that. So yeah, credit to Sheffield United. A strange game. First half we were shite. There's no other way to describe it. We were absolutely and utterly fucking useless. I was literally screaming, shouting, ranting, raving, kicking every bastard ball. Just telling the players to wake up. You know, I don't think we got out of second gear the entire match. Maybe a 10-minute spell in the second half. But in the first half, we didn't even put the fucking ignition on. Never mind first or second gear. We were absolutely dreadful. And it stems from midfield. Passes, 5-yard passes we couldn't make. We couldn't find each other. Longstaff and Anderson I thought were absolutely diabolical in the first half, especially. The defence was all over the place, and like I touched upon earlier in the video, we were lucky to not be further behind because Sheffield United were all over us. They were like a fly round shit. I don't know whether they got a bit of motivation with the Brazilian display in the Gallagher end. Before the match started, they were all wearing the yellow Brazil colours and stuff like that, but I was scratching my head. It seemed a bit pre-season. The weather was much better today, and it just seemed like a bit of a pre-season kickabout and nothing game. It seemed like our players' minds were on the summer holidays. They certainly weren't on what was happening on the pitch, and it was absolutely diabolical. So it was no surprise that they went 1-0 ahead. My only surprise in that first half is that they didn't score more goals because they had the opportunity, they had the chances, and there was no Newcastle United players taking the game by the scruff of its neck and trying to effect change. I thought we were just hopeless all over the place. Dan Burn, a couple of last gasp tackles that sort of kept us in the game, if I'm being honest. Half time comes, and the second half, I mean, nowhere near champagne. Don't get me wrong, the scoreline properly, you know, scuffs it away. And to think we've scored, what, 13 goals against this lot this season. But yeah, we turned it up when we needed to. We had a 10-minute spell. We blitzed them, blew them away. We could have had more. But I think 5-1, I think the players pretty much settled at that. It's a boost to the goal difference. Manchester United only getting a draw against Burnley proves that anything can happen. Remember, Sheffield United did bloody Manchester United's nose a little bit during the week, scoring against them. And it gives further energy. It fans the flames of European qualification. So fingers crossed we can get the job done in the remaining couple of games left. My worry is, of course, a lot of them are away from home, and we are as soft as shite without Joe Linton in, without the sweeper keeper Nick Pope. It really exposes the limitations of the squad and the players that are left. Fabian Schär today came off at half time. Hopefully that's not too bad. Hopefully he's going to be okay. We can't afford him to miss any games. When you're bringing on Emil Kraft at centre-back, we are literally down to the bare bones. I was a little bit surprised, if I'm being honest, that we didn't have one or two or more back. Miggy we were told there or thereabouts, but there again we were also told that Tino Livramento was an emergency option during the week, yet he started and looked absolutely fine. So make of it what you will. It's all a big mess. It's all cloak and daggers. But the most important statistic, you know, that you can get is at the end of the day, we won 5-1. We've definitely stepped it up. West Ham have dropped points today. Manchester United have dropped points. Newcastle United maximum points. And the push, the charge is on towards Europe. And fingers crossed, the remaining players that we've got left have enough in the tank to be able to get that European qualification, because it is so crucial. Special shout out to War Flags. Oh my word, every time you think they can't do better, they can't top that, they can't top this, they can't do better, and then they just come up with something like that. Truly unbelievable. It was fantastic, and it really seemed to inspire Bruno. He was celebrating right in front of us when he scored his goal, and yeah, great to see, you know. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I cannot see, I know people will keep saying in the comments, oh, he might go, you know, release clause this, release clause that. Even if somebody offers you the release clause, it doesn't mean that he has to go. This final decision will be up to the player. He's bought a new house, he's settled in the area, he's happy in the area, happy wife, happy life. That is so true. It is so important. I just think with everything going off, with the love that he's got, he's the main man. If he goes to another club, he's not guaranteed that. He spoke so glowingly about the supporters, the city, his home from home. You know, he's achieving international football with, you know, Brazil off the back of his performances on Tyneside. So I just don't see it unless the club really do push him to be able to leave, to be able to reinvest that money and stretch it out and, you know, use the dark arts on it. I don't see it. I don't see him leaving. If we can get European football, and to me that has to be a must this season, even with all the injuries and stuff like that, if we can get European football, it is going to strengthen our hand. So that has to be the target, that has to be the focus. And with the games that are left, you know, there's every chance, there's every possibility for Newcastle United to get it done. And obviously that game that's coming up against Manchester United will be absolutely and utterly huge. We've just got to be Billy Big Bollocks as well. We've got to literally want it, demand it, and certainly we go to the likes of Old Trafford with no fucking fear. It's not the place it used to be. We are capable of going there. We're capable of going to Burnley and places like that, and Brentford too, and getting points on the board. I've no doubt about it. Today's a bit of a shot in the arm. Hopefully it's a bit of a wake-up call as well to the lads, that you cannot take any game in the Premier League for granted. You have to show up, you have to put the hard yards in, you have to do all of the things, you have to fight to put your stamp on the game, and then your quality will show through. So hopefully that's a bit of a wake-up call, and I hope that at half-time, Eddie Howe, Jason Tindall, the Gateshead Guardiola had a right go at the entire lot of them, because the first half was absolutely and utterly fucking shite. But you can't be too cross with the lads when they've just delivered, when they've just served up a 5-1. I thought a couple of players were unlucky today not to score. We did have more chances, and that's what I mean. It could have been anything today. The scoreline could have been anything. I thought Hall was unlucky. And yeah, you know, Anthony Gordon had his chances and stuff like that. But I'm just relieved. I am absolutely relieved, because at 1-0 down, it was early on. It subdued the atmosphere inside the ground. But once we got going, yeah, absolutely and utterly fantastic. So good luck to Sheffield United. They're looking towards the Championship next season. Hopefully they get 6 points off the Mackhams as well. They lost today again as well. So, you know, the day just keeps getting better, doesn't it? I did say a little something about the channel. I'll put that in now, just to let you know the videos will be coming up on the channel. We are looking more towards next season with new graphics, and we are going to be trying different formats of videos and stuff. few new ideas to be able to try and push the numbers up of subscribers on the YouTube channel, which you know, it hasn't been great. The videos haven't been doing fantastically well, but there have been mitigating circumstances to that, which are now all sorted. So hopefully the videos will do better. The channel will continue to grow along with the rest of Magpie 24/7. I think it's 147,000 in total, so it's just a case of getting things right and basically trying to put the content out there that you want. So if there's something on the channel that you are not seeing, you want more of, less of, I don't know, put down in the comments down below. Message the page. Some of you have. I've had quite a few messages about, you know, there's been no videos recently, what's the problem, any issues. There have been other things going on. We do plan on doing a bit of a general channel update, you know, towards the end of the season. We'll maybe put that fully in there, what's sort of been, you know, going on and stuff like that. All good, just life and that sort of thing. But the regular content will be coming on the channel every single game, previews, reviews, etc, 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 and some exciting specials to be able to bring to you as well, and the possibility to try and bring one or two maybe famous faces on the channel like we've done before with the Malcolm McDonald stuff, and prior to that I've done stuff with Ked Spire and stuff, haven't I? So we have contact details, we have conversations, we are making positive steps in that road as well. So exciting times. Thank you for your continued support for Magpie 24/7 out there. I'll get that done. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, and the only other thing to touch upon, which has been, as you would imagine, boiling my piss over the past well, certainly couple of days, but you know, last couple of weeks, is one Dan Cashworth. Yes, that greedy little snake, and the rat-faced gremlin, which is Sir fucking Jim. We all know what happened with the last fucking Sir Jim, and this one seems to be equally as fucking dodgy. The man has deep pockets and short fucking arms. You know, he talks a big game. He talks it up about everything. He wants a free fucking stadium. He wants this, he wants that. He wants now, he's Dan Cashworth to go through arbitration to try and force a move to Old Trafford. Ultimately, mate, you signed a contract. In the contract stated £15 million, so you can go to arbitration all you want. But if you think a £2 million offer, I mean, I thought the club were being more than generous by saying, look, make us a sensible offer and we can move it from there. £2 million is not a sensible offer. It's a piss take. It's an absolute and utter piss take. And they know it. They wouldn't like it if the shoe was on the other foot. Everybody knows the shenanigans around, you know, Jesse Lingard when we were after him back in the day, and the fee, and the comments that were coming out of very Old Trafford on about trying to milk us and stuff like that, and the over-the-top fee, the tactics, the stuff they've done with regards to our takeover and trying to get it derailed, trying to slow it down. Anybody but Newcastle United, all the trouble that they have caused, and they try and offer £2 million, which is less than we've actually paid for him to come here. That's not taking into account the fact that we've had to put our hands in the pocket to replace that snake who's on gardening leave. You know, that costs, his replacement will cost. The wages since February for doing fuck all but sit there with your daffodils and your bastard tulips. Unbelievable. This is for a man whose job is all about the project, the longer term outlook of the club, so on and so forth. He stays somewhere 5 minutes and then literally gets fucking ants in his pants and walks off in another direction. Useless bastard. He'll do it down there, there's no doubt about it. I wouldn't trust him as far as you could throw him. So to me, you know, he's on gardening leave till 2026. Arbitration really can't do much more. If Newcastle United don't really agree to it, if they're looking at it and could just go, look, it's in this contract, it's up to you to try and tempt them into a better deal. That's all that can happen. They can't force your arm. He's going to get a shock, isn't he, Sir Jim, when he starts trying to buy these fantastic football players that he's after, and he offers them £2.50 and he gets told to fuck off. You know, does he realise that you do have to pay fees? Especially when you're at certain clubs, there will be an extra tax on top. There will be an extra payment on top because it's such and such. He's in for such a rude awakening, and there's so much to do at Old Trafford. And if he thinks he's getting things like free stadiums, if he thinks he's getting Newcastle United to give over our sporting director for less than we paid for him, literally 5 minutes ago. You hear all the stories. There's a reason why these people get rich in the first place, isn't it? And it's not because they're generous, it's not because they're nice, it's because they're bastards, it's because they're greedy, it's because they're cutthroat. And this just brings it all to the front. It's as obvious as the day is long. But Newcastle United, this isn't the Newcastle United of old. They will not fold. They will not fold to that. They will not drop from £15 million down to 2. They have asked for a reasonable offer by Manchester United. Manchester United pissed off Southampton with a similar approach for one of their executives, Wilcox, I think it was. Same tactics, and Southampton weren't impressed, and they went on record to say, look, we're not impressed by the tactics being used by these bunch of cockwombles, just waltzing in, thinking that the big bollocks and all that. Nah. Man United have done nout. People slate Newcastle United off and say, Newcastle United, they've won nothing, they're not a big club, blah, blah, blah. Manchester United aren't even now the biggest club in their own fucking city anymore. And how bad does that seem? So just pipe down. There's ways to go around things, and there's etiquette, and the Premier League works on contracts and negotiations and fees, and money's being exchanged for persons and footballers and the likes. You just can't go in. He's literally like a more cheapskate version, isn't he? This Sir Jimmy. He's a cheapskate version of Mike Ashley. Fucking hell, man. Minority owner walking around like he's the fucking big man. Like he's giving it all this large. It's comical. It's absolutely comical. It's almost as bad as conceding to Burnley at the end of the game and drawing 1-1 at very Old Trafford. It's hilarious. This European battle, it's got its little sub-stories in, its little subplots and stuff like that. But, there's just no chance of us accepting £2 million, accepting a £3 or £4 million drop. Fuck me. It's like, what are you smoking? What are you on? Sniffing glue is bad. Why are you doing it? So, yeah, it's still got plenty of twists and turns. £2 million and I want him now. Like Newcastle United are going to agree to that when he knows he's got access to what maybe we're doing over the summer and stuff like that. Nah, it's more cost effective to us to keep him paying him on garden leave and just making him wait out the entire time. Man United fans literally all get, he'll be in work this time next week. Get bent. Contracts mean something. Rules mean something. And all that's going to happen is you're going to find that out. I'll just leave it there. But there's going to be disappointed. There's going to be disappointed people of the thing. And to be honest, he pulled up no trees. If we hadn't have paid, £6 million for him, I'd have snapped your hand off and drove the little fucking snaky bastard down to Manchester myself and dropped him off and told him just to, fuck off, don't let the door hit you on the way out type job. Useless. We do not want people like that. We've had them at our club so many times in the past. Look at the team that went down when we were relegated down at Villa. Look at some of them players like, just picking up a wage packet, you Owens of the world, you Duffs of the world, snakes. People using Newcastle United, not having it. The days of us being taken for a fucking fool, the days for us literally just saying yes to anything that the so-called elite say, are gone. They are gone. And Sir Jimmy just doesn't want to give us a few more quid to just literally throw into the pot. Just seal his own fate and to make his own job even harder. But yeah, he's not getting him. He's not getting him for £2 million. Absolutely 100% certain. So we'll see how arbitration goes. Due to take place very, very shortly. What's also due out very, very shortly, of course, as well, is the first report with regards to extension at St James's Park. Looking forward to seeing that come out over the course of the next week. And then, yeah, getting towards the end of the season, seeing where Newcastle United finish, and then sharing some exciting news on Magpie 24/7 with regards to the future. And just being able to do more and more things, to bring more and more things to the page, and to make it bigger and better all of the time. That's the aim. You know, myself and Kyle, we run the page. It's a passion, it's a hobby. We love bringing all the news, the views, the opinions. We're going to continue with the videos. Hopefully they get the support, and the YouTube side of it you know, continues to rise up, sort of in the same way that the club will be rising up the league table, doing much better in the cup competitions, and hopefully not getting as many bastard injuries. Fingers crossed about Fabian Schär. But today I want to finish on the fact that we've won 5-1 today. I'm probably overtaking many sick Sheffield United supporters, but hang in there. Relegation happens, your club will come back. You know, famously, of course, they play at Bramall Lane. The place used to be a cricket ground, I think, before it was a football ground. And certainly this season against Sheffield United, it has been a bit of a cricket score. But yeah, today's score doesn't tell the whole picture, no doubt about it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Subscribe to Magpie 24/7. Hit that thumbs up button. In the meantime, take care. As always, keep it tuned, and I will speak to you later.